Come on, stop fucking clicking the wrong fucking spot, dude. What are you, nuts? What are you, stoned? Kush, matter of fact, OG. Known for its sedating qualities. Known for its high myrcene levels. Mountain Kush, OG Kush, Tahoe OG, Platinum Kush, Bubba Kush, Fire Kush, Fire OG Kush, San Fernando Valley Kush, Would you like to hit? I can't fucking wait till I have a lance one day, dude. This fucking whip. I'm not getting it at 95 or anything like that, but when I do post Slayer one day, post Malone Slayer. Fuck is wrong with YouTube, man? Whew. This was a weekend, man. Holy shit. Still coming down. Still coming down. Snoozing the ads. Snoozing ads for your convenience. Filthy. Filthy. It's going. I wish these dropped Visage. Even if it's like 1 in 20,000. I'll have to get it. I have to get a Visage one day. That and a Lance, an Emberlight, and a Visage. Those will be permanent items because I'll use them when I decide long from now if I make it. If I make it. If I ever make it to post 99 Slayer, I'll basically set the account up to slay and then drop the shit when I'm done with it. Getting the Visage on the hardcore was probably one of the coolest feelings. It wasn't for the risk or anything. It wasn't like it was a risk or anything like that. I did Wyverns. I got Ring of Life once because I was stupid. I wasn't paying attention. Well, I got a I had a DFS on the hardcore just because, well, $5,600 wyverns. Yeah, I camped wyverns while I was maxing, and I had prey left over. That was like my. It's kind of funny that like on this account, due to having DS2, I'll be like probably maybe like 18 mil per XP by the time I'm 99 Slayer. On the hardcore, I was 86 Slayer because ashes. I didn't have the ash spell. I had the incinerate, the sanctifier. Like that's how big of a deal DS2 is. Forget about a lance. Forget about a DFS. You gotta have DS. Like you gotta have at least have DS2. You could get by with the gear I'm wearing. You could get by throughout all of. But you gotta get an Emberlight. You gotta get a lance. Like you spend enough time killing demons and dragons that, like, when somebody asks me what is Slayer, what does that mean? Demons and dragons. Black demons, Abbey demons, Necreals, blue dragons, red dragons, black dragons, rune dragons. That's what Slayer is for me. Demons and dragons. All the filler tasks like Dagonoths, Spectres, Greater Demon, little shit like that is all just for points. Filler stuff for points. Emberlight is a never-ending arc light. I'm just too fucking lazy to do the quest pre-max. I just don't have the motivation to quest. All I have the motivation to do is game. But like I said, when it matters post-max, I will make sure I have. Oh, don't kill the small one. Waste a kill. Ugh. Feels fucking salami. I guess, I don't know. I don't know how it all works. All I know is you get a bow, a magic weapon, and a melee weapon from that quest. I mean, it doesn't really take much of an engineer to figure out why someone would do something like Winter Tot right after max. Fast, tons of resources, easy. It's just kind of like a no-brainer, you know. Also, it's how I started out my hardcore, and it panned out very well. Although I didn't max and then do fire making on the hardcore. I made it, did 200 mil fire making, and then max. But kind of doing it the other way around. Max should get me to about I'll be like probably about 550 mil when I'm done maxing. By the time I finish top, we'll be close to 700. By the time we do what we're doing with thieving, because we have to leave a lot for master farmer, so we're only gonna do like 100 mil thieving XP. Well, by the time we're done with that, we'll be approaching a bill, and then we're gonna go do trouble brewing. Trouble brewing's 230k cooking, 110k fletching, and 18k woodcutting XP an hour. That'll put me at around 1.2, and then I would theoretically go and start into Slayer and just decimate everything around me. That's the master plan. We'll see what happens. I always get to the top though, man. I may not finish. I may never finish the account. But I will get to the top. Give a fuck. Dude, did a group of grown men actually name their group Iron Man the Grizzly Bears? Like, dude, it is a phrase that teenagers say in high school. It's not normal for grown men to say that word, like to use that phrase. It's like but this culture is so fucked. You know, I won't be surprised if 10 years from now pedophilia is considered an allowed thing in this world, and you sick fucks are the sick fucks out there. Oh, well, this is how we live our lives. I won't even be surprised in this fucking sick world. There'll be some sort of fucking group. Listen, I don't like to talk about this stuff, but I was a victim of abuse, and I know a lot of people who were too, so I don't give a fuck what people say if I bring this topic up. But in this world we're in, think about 20 years ago, the way people would talk about different people, like different genders, different identifications, different sexual preferences, and it's the same thing with people have this philosophy where no matter what you do, you deserve fair treatment in the justice system. We live in a world where that argument is brought up. So in a world like that, I could see anything being possible. There's like with this P. Diddy shit. He's a fucking sex trafficker. And he has these lawyers. Oh, he's in an inhumane prison. Shut the fuck. He's in solitary confinement. He's gonna work something out with the guards. Money's gonna work its way around things with these judges, and eventually he's gonna be out. Or they make him a martyr. Or they say, fuck you and your $1 billion, you're done. Like, but I think there's a lot more that we don't know about this topic that meets the eye. I don't want to just say, like, the thing with Diddy is it's not just like he's done bad shit once in a while. Like me, I grew up. I used to get in drama and bullshit. I don't have time for any of that stuff. But this guy's just getting more sinister. Like, more money, more power, more fucking whatever the sick shit that he was doing in his fucking freak-offs, his parties, whatever the fuck people are talking about. I'm just waiting to see some of the other names that are celebrity names that are brought up. That's what I'm curious. It's like finding out a sports team is cheating and waiting for the, people to start folding on who else is shooting up steroids or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that type, feels like that type of, it really does feel like that type of scenario. Except we're kind of waiting to see who was involved in sex trafficking or not. I mean, nobody's talking about his Atlanta home that he left abandoned. An $11 million home in Atlanta with underground tunnels. Everybody's just talking about the recent raids of his estates. What about the home in Atlanta that he deserted and they found underground tunnels in it? They're not talking about that. That's weird. What the fuck do you think he had tunnels for? You think he was fucking having, making the fucking that lady that made the fucking, I don't know, I can personally say I've never been to any parties where there was any sex trafficking going on, so I don't have anything to worry about. But, like, what about some of these powerful figures that apparently went to these parties, these Great Gatsby like fucking events. Seriously, from the 90s, like from fucking young Leonardo DiCaprio, who, by the way, only... Now, here's the thing with Leo, man. Nobody wants to talk about this. People call me a pervert because I date girls sometimes that are 21, 22, and I'm 30. Leonardo DiCaprio is almost 60 years old, and he only dates women under the age of 25. But people are just like, oh, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. But oh, it's P. Diddy. Oh, is that a pass for sort of put 2 and 2 together there with Leo? Isn't it a little strange that the age, the young, that, you know, that specifically those that age, and then he dumps them? Seriously, if you look through his dating past, Leonardo, the most beautiful women, from Margot Robbie to fucking the girl from the new Baywatch with Zac Efron, to all of them. That man has had the most beautiful women in this world, but only when they're in their early 20s. Now that's what's going on in public. Now what about when he was part of these parties? What about that? Raise the questions. You could start criminalizing every single celebrity if you start asking questions, start bringing stuff up. Yo, what's up, witch? A-list fucking pedophile parties that these people were going to, man. That's great. That's just great. Yeah, all I can say is to any and all of the victims involved in it throughout the years, I just hope justice is served, and that that man and whoever else is involved in any way is properly punished. That's all I can say. But people, you know, yo, what's up, Casey? What, you got your prayer set up? What do you mean by that? It's like this, like say I invited you guys to a party and I was selling guns. And you saw it. You saw the person selling guns. But you didn't say none. Nobody said none. Now those guns killed, say they killed people. They were in the wrong hands, just hypothetical here. Witch, you were at my party. Did you see anything? Raises the question to bring every single one of them to the witness, as a witness, as every single person that's been to any of those parties can now legally be fucking federally, like, it's so fucked up, dude. Like, all these A-list celebrity. First of all, let me get this very fucking clear with every one of you. I don't even know a single song that Diddy's been on, and the only reason I know of him and even thought of him over the years was because was when Justin Bieber was coming up, but apparently he was molesting him. Well, I'm just gonna start by saying that all I've ever known about Diddy was that he got Pac. He was the reason behind Biggie and Pac's murders. I don't care what anybody says. That's the only thing I really ever thought about when it came to Pac, when it came to P. Diddy. Well, all these people who are lost in this world and have nothing in their lives, so they're immersed in social cultures and trends and social media. Bro, I fucking run a meat room and I play RuneScape, and I get fucked up on the weekends with my friends. That's about it. It's like very, very simple life. We don't sit there and talk about the Kardashians. You know what I mean? That stuff isn't. This irrelevancy doesn't exist in my life. Like my philosophy is if it isn't gonna make me money or gain me XP, because that's all I do is make money and XP. That's all I work and I play the game. That's it. If it's gonna impede with that, I gotta back away. I gotta get out of there. So all these celebrities, all these people that people quote looked up to and idolize, and which if you idolize anybody over your own opinions on the world, over your own judgments, over your own, that right there in itself is a problem, brother. But we'll put ourselves in the shoes of these people that are into these famous people, Usher, Beyonce, Jay-Z, all these fucking irrelevant names. But those aren't irrelevant to the populace. Well, now there's a very good chance that they were involved in sex trafficking. This isn't like, oh, they were a conspiracy of a murder. Dude, this is so much more sick and beyond that. And I just can't wait to start seeing names get thrown around. It's like all the A-listers on here on this game. The only people that matter on this game to me are the people that have goals and the people that are high ranked. So it's like all the high-level, high-ranked people I know, none of them hung out with Oslo. None of them hung out with Carefree. None of them hung out with pedophiles. Okay? Everybody that I've associated with amongst ranks, none of them were diddlers. Now, if you turn the blind eye to stuff like that, you're just as fucking accountable. So, to people that were friends with the different freakos in this community that are sick messaging kids, I just hope they all get fucking discovered, man. It's like I always say, the only appropriate conversation between an adult and a teenager that isn't your relative, that you don't know and have any reason to talk to is, "Hi, yeah, how are you? Can I get a mango gelati with vanilla? Is that all? Yep, thank you. Okay, bye." That's it. That's when an adult can talk to a minor. That's okay. Going out to get something to eat. Thank you, have a nice... but that's it. Whatever. But no, these guys were selling these people. Selling these children. It makes me sick to think that his defense team is building a case against the gladiator hellish conditions in the penitentiary that he's held in right now in New York. People are trying to get him moved from there, trying to get him moved to a nicer facility. They have him in 24-hour lockdown, completely isolated by himself around nobody, and they want to move him because of his high-profile status. But they can't, because no judge wants to be known as the one that let Diddy out. So there's this huge fucking hemisphere of shit going around this thing that has so many layers. Can you tell I was bored this weekend? Tripping on acid, fucking looking into a bunch of fucking... I've been watching this fucking conspiracy theory since it came apart, so, you know, all the new videos that surface, I'm like, I'm just waiting to hear names. Good part is, I don't fucking like Jay-Z. I don't fucking like Beyonce. I don't like Usher. I don't like Justin Bieber. I don't like any of these people. So, if their names start getting thrown around there, at least I could say that I was never really a fan of any of them. That feels good on my soul. When's the last time you could say, oh yeah, that was a great Usher song I just listened to? Or like, oh yeah, that new Justin Bieber song is great. That new fucking Jay-Z song is awesome. Like, come on. You pop culture fucking brainwashed Democrat. Brainwashed by fucking filth. I choose to be brainwashed by RuneScape instead of social culture. My day doesn't consist of anything to do with you. In terms of, I'm not doing it specifically for you. If I stream and I motivate you, that's the point. But it's not because I wanted to motivate you. It's because I wanted to stream. It's because I wanted to do something. And if a byproduct of that is motivation for others, awesome. But I'm about doing me. I'm about me. I don't look at other people and think, oh, you know, that would be great, or this or that. You do, if you want something, you fucking achieve it, bro. I want 10 grams of OG Kush. Okay, there it is. Service with a smile. There it is. I want fucking 10 grams of it. Service with a smile. There it is. I want to play RuneScape all day. I was thinking about this earlier. People talk about money. When they get money, when they this, when they that. No amount of money would make me want to do anything more on a Sunday than do this. You know? Like, seriously, like, no amount of money could buy the hard-on that it gives me to watch my fucking gains come in. I'm nearing top 700. Big numbers. That's close to top 500, which becomes 250, which tends to become 100. And I get more sexually aroused as it goes. Nothing else means anything to me. I love seeing people's achievements. I should correct that statement. The only thing that matters to me that I care about is like seeing other people on the grind too. But I'm pretty much completely driven by my own selfish goals. If you're at UIM and you're ahead of me and you're, you know, or behind me and you're going for ranks too, it's cool, man. But when it comes down to the brass tacks, if you were drowning, I'd put a hose in your mouth. You're my competition. When I was a hardcore, every person in the world was my competition. Come and get me. I'm rank 14 that I peaked at. That's why I died. But come get me. People are so good, so great. This, that, do this, do that. Come fucking get me. I'm a bad player. I'm this, I'm that. Okay. Make a UIM. Let's see where we're at in a few years. Let's go for it. I'm down. I got nothing going on in my life. I have autism. Bad. I can work 40, 50 hour weeks. I can sleep. I can party within a controlled setting, taking acid and stuff like that in my camper with people around, with my laptop, whatever. I can have sex, only meet a girl, leave type of situations. And I can play RuneScape. That's my routine. There's nothing else allowed. And then with the winter coming where I'm moving, I'm going to be isolated for 6 months. I'm going to be in a fucking hole in the wall basically. I'm getting a new laptop in November. I'm gonna get something with a nice graphics card and a nice processor. We are very behind right now. We are running a system. We've been running a system now for the past 6 years. That let me read you the specs of this. You could even imagine. So I'm currently running on. I'm running on 3 cores and 6 logical processors. I co-developed a web development company that made us over 20 grand in 6 months. Did it through i3 processors. Through shitty computers. I played 12 accounts at one time. Dude, I can't even play 2 rune lights now. How is this possible? Like, this was the same computer. This was 2019, the summer. I was able to play 11 clients, stream, YouTube, everything. No issues. Well, you wouldn't believe how demanding OBS is. You wouldn't believe how demanding. Well, maybe you would believe if you've ever streamed, but yeah, what's up, Scuba? Computer beep 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 beep. You write code? You want to start another company with me, man? You bored? That's a waste of time. Web development is dead. You get a couple customers, they leave, they pay you partway through the project and then disappear. It's like you could just make a Wix page now. You could just go and make Wix. We were making WordPress sites hosted on a Python web server with co-located data to a server, to our own server. We had a server rack. Well, my programmer had all the equipment. We had a physical firewall. We could host up to 100,000 people at once if they ever would. Not that that would ever happen, but I think our peak was we had 8,000 people on throughout 11 sites at the peak. But from an idea that we threw together and put it together within a matter of weeks, we made money. We had traffic. But some of our higher earners weren't trying as hard as they could have. It's what. Imagine a scenario: you buy a horse, or you get a horse, and it's a racehorse. It's got the body, it's got the build, it's got the power, but no motivation. When you make a website and it's helping to grow your business, but you're not going to keep up with it because you're lazy, we're basically just getting what we're paid per month at that point, because we would run things through PayPal or Shopify, any sort of transactions. We ended up just keeping it PayPal because it was just easier. Well, we were getting commission off of certain sites. So when these people were being lazy, getting requests of items, people wanted to buy this, wanted to buy that, and they're too lazy to check. Like, we were losing commission, percentages, numbers. It's all it all comes down to the dollars. You don't do it for free. I'll even go as far as to say we made a girl her own personal OnlyFans website. She had 200 paying subscribers, $10 a month per person, and we got 30%. Anyway, she wouldn't. We integrated live streaming software. We integrated. The girl was getting so much money from her sugar daddy, she didn't need to make the extra money streaming. She didn't want to do. We were going to get half the profits off of her streams. And she was just lazy. Like, you needed to hustle that pussy! But then we had a couple people who were just, we had a plumber. We had 2 restaurants. They just were pay each month, $50 a month for the upkeep. If they wanted to change their menu, blah 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 blah. Basic stuff. PHP, all PHP. PHP is created in 1994, about a year after HTML. It's basically, let me describe it. Here's HTML, the butane, and then there's PHP. It's the fire over top of it. It's taking the butane. The butane is HTML. PHP is turning it to live onto your screen. If you want to put it in basic terms, in layman's terms. PHP, Perl. Well, Perl's more of a database language. It's not really prevalent in development anymore. C++ as a backend is very rare now. For many development projects, it's mainly PHP nowadays. From at least from my experience, it's PHP. You need to know PHP, HTML. You need to know how to do Twitter networking. You need to know how to do Facebook media marketing, Instagram. You need to know all. If you're gonna get involved in that life, if you're gonna get involved in development, any type, advertisement, no matter what, you got to know it all of that. But I learned that the effort exerted wasn't worth it. I make more money as a butcher than I did running websites. It was starting to make being at the computer not fun anymore. It was. You'd think it would be this great thing, right? Like, but all it became was trying to get in contact with people. Kind of, I'd be out places. 2 of our customers were people I met. I was just out. I would just everywhere I go. I was like, oh, we make websites. We make websites. Tried as hard as I could, but like, we talked with this one girl who was a petty developer, I'll call it. She built people Wix pages hosted with AWS servers. She would charge $500, and it would be like, scroll, click the other link, scroll, click the other, scroll. You could go on a basic fucking random website, copy and paste their code, twist it around, and there'd be 0 legal issues of any kind, and literally, like, it's drag and drop, copy and paste, pull and like. That's the moment it hit me where it was like, unless you got a good idea, which I have several ideas for websites, but unless you have a big idea that you're ready to put your entire life into, you're not going to make money as a freelance developer unless you get involved with good companies or good reputation, or you get lucky. But unless you have the next big idea, it's like, I feel bad for a lot of people who went to school for computer science and are now looking for work while they're $150,000 in debt, because now you can basically automate most systems. All a website is database information. That's all it is. Everything you click, everything you do, it's all database that's stored, hosted, not your problem. Now, to the people that it's the problem, if you're coming up with the next big thing, you need to be ready to run. Like, that's going to be your life at that point. You're going to have time to play video games. You're not going to have time, but I don't have any good ideas. So I'm just a humble butcher. Well, I'm a little more than that. I'm going to be making $50 an hour in November and December doing what I'm doing. It's more than I can make writing code right now, unless you know of any companies willing to hire somebody with no college experience. Social media marketing's dead. You could make a bot to run a Twitter now. You don't need people that you. And also, they destroyed it. There's this thing called like pooling. You would go through people's tweets, key phrase. Say you're somebody says to you, I have a lotion company, I'm selling lotions, different topicals. Okay, topicals on us. Twitter/topicals on us. I'm gonna post updates of your product. I'm gonna go and key phrase lotion. I'm gonna go and key phrase P Diddy. I'm gonna go and key phrase dry skin. I'm gonna listen, that you go and you key phrase these things. You see these tweets. Okay, somebody said I have dry skin, eczema. I just found a potential client. Now you go and you like their tweets. See what they like. See what it's simple when I put it that way, but it's destroyed now because of the fact that you can't see who's liking people's tweets. I used to charge $100 a month to run Twitters for people. I could get you 1,000 followers a month, which out of 1,000 followers I could guarantee you about 10 to 20 customers. Now that's pretty damn good. %? It's more like 7, 6. Either way, a ratio worthy of being paid, and I ran 6 Twitters at once, of all different topics, all different, like, from one that had previously been ran by somebody, had 40,000 followers, to ones that I created from scratch. Highest I ever got at Twitter was to 75K. I'm proud of that number only because it was organic and I made it. I even worked, I don't know if you ever heard of the company Pavlok. The shock bracelet to help you break bad habits. The guy was on Shark Tank, they made fun of him. Kanish. I got to run the Pavlok Twitter, I got to be a part of their team for a little bit. Dude, they sell a lot of product overseas. People make fun of Pavlok, this and that. They halted my job because the account kept getting flagged because I told the fucking moron, the CEO of the company, I told him that it's being flagged because someone else made the Twitter and I don't have the original info. Yeah, they let me see what the Pavlok Twitter looks like now. They're posting things, but it's like they're getting no interaction. Now we'll go back to when I ran it. I actually don't even feel like scrolling back that. I'm actually kind of proud of Kanish for actually having people fucking run this. But there's no interaction with any of the tweets. None of them. I'll show you some tweets from back when I ran it. Damn, this thing's taking me back. I don't know how far back this is gonna take me. I ran it in 22. My tweets got fucking interaction. I had people coming to the page. They fucked it up for themselves. Yo, Glads. So here was like this was what I would tweet. When I would tweet, these were the years ago when I would tweet on this account. This is when this account actually would do numbers, when it actually had people coming. Like, I would say these stupid little think it, do it. Like, but that's the type of stuff that like, the people running it now, go through that Twitter and you show me one tweet with any sort of interaction that I was getting, and I'll shut up. But that Twitter has not been fucking active since I was running it. It's literally been some idiot just putting stupid posts. Whatever, their loss. They fired me because it kept getting flagged. I told them why it was getting flagged. Just because someone else made it and now I'm running it. I need complete access to it. And Kanish was his business manager, so he was the one who I had to talk to all the time. Manish is the CEO of Pavlok. Pavlok's developed over 100,000 successful units. Considering their price, the thing is, Pavlok's a cursed company because of the Shark Tank episode. I would get countless comments and DMs about how the company was a joke and how this and that. It's like, it might be a joke to you, but it's a $5 million company right now. I don't know how many people out there have $5 million companies. So I guess if you want to make fun of Pavlok, you can. Click on the link, look at their Twitter. It's a self-shocking, habit-breaking wristwatch. Pretty wild. It was work nonetheless. $300 a month for those guys. Charged them. Being as every unit was almost $250. And the fact that we were able to track sales through DMs on Twitter, through PayPal receipts and everything I would keep track of. The fact that I was getting them customers and they still let me go just because the Twitter kept getting flagged because they wouldn't give me the fucking information to have rightful, like, the whole access to it. Pretty stupid of them, because that Twitter has not had any interaction since I ran it. Their fault. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't run a Twitter for somebody now if you paid me, though. That chapter of my life is... It's like hearing people sing Green Day songs. It's like, I get it. I know. I've been there. It's nice to see people enjoy music that you may not enjoy anymore and they're finding it for the first time. But it gets annoying when you tell the person, yeah, I know all about that, this, but they continue to discuss the catalog when you know the catalog. It's like, bro, I'm glad you like the band. I know the words to every one of their songs. But have you heard this? Yes. I'm glad you're happy about this. Glad it makes you happy, but I don't share in that same Dude, when you have autism, you can't, like, couple things. Don't fucking stand within 5 inches of me. And don't try to tell me about something I already know. And we'll get along swellingly. It's basically sort of my rules, my autistic rules of engagement in any form of conversation. Don't get in my bubble. And don't blow smoke up my ass. I turned on VODs so that people that aren't around during the daytime, people that aren't around during the nighttime, people can watch the streams. I decided, why not? People already record and upload every one of my streams, so it's like, clips aren't on, no. Now for anybody saying like, oh, nobody copies your stream, there is an audience of people that watches my streams. This is there's a few YouTube channels, but this one's the most active right now. There's a few YouTube channels that I have no affiliation with that record and upload moment for moment every one of my streams. Meaning someone has to someone that's here is physically recording my entire stream and then taking their time to upload it on YouTube. That's how free I am. And then the best part is like 50 people watch the videos. Like, so I'm like, why don't I cash in on this shit myself? If 35, 40 people are watching videos on a underground uploaded channels, imagine the viewership if I'd leave it right on my Twitch. So fuck them. Beat them at their own game. I bet a lot of you guys don't know what it's like to have every fucking word you say recorded. Whether you want it to be or not. Would you talk? If every word you said was recorded and uploaded for anyone to see and watch, how would you feel? I feel flattered. Think about that. Every word I speak is recorded and uploaded. Not by me. Someone takes the time to upload 2, 3, 4 hour long stream. That takes a lot. Dude, a 4 hour long video upload? I mean, it's nowadays with people's internet, but somebody's doing that on their mom's internet. Like, some dweller loser on their mom's internet is spending 4 hours sometimes to upload my streams to the YouTube channels that they upload them to. Like, thank you. And the best part, I gotta pee, but the best part is not only do some of the people in here know the people that are doing it, the person's here, I know who they are, I know the people that watch the videos, and none of them know that I know any of it. Think about that. Oh yes, yes, yes. I was gonna have to do agility for the next few days, but I forgot I had fucking snapdragons in my bag, so I made some potions. Now we can get 91 Slayer and 89 Prayer. Get an extra couple levels before I have to make more pots. But we have plenty of ranners still. Whoops. There's so many videos on the channel. You have no idea. There's other channels too. There's a channel with 200 and something. That's over. You figure average 3 hours a stream. 600 plus hours are spent a year. No, I'm sorry. Way more than that. Dedication to Dave is the ultimate. Those guys wish they could smell my butthole. They would lay next to my ass and sniff it while I slept. That's what those people would do. I run their lives. Every day they have to come, record the stream, upload the stream. I run their living. I'm the only reason and thing they have to live for. So I might as well be happy with that for them, right? You guys talk to this person too, that's the thing. It's sad. Those you know, people amongst you. You never know the people amongst you, right? Ah, yes. Just imagine the chaos over the next 10 years to come. A Dave who doesn't say anything publicly that's offending, doesn't purposely start arguments, doesn't. I just can't wait to see what people try to fabricate. It's all going to be fabrication. All you can do is fabricate or recycle old bullshit. There's no new shit to come. I have no time for it. No effort for it. All you're gonna get is, you know, the future. So they better stay fucking addicted to Dave. I want them to spend their lives on me. I want to live my life, do my stream, hang out when you whatever, but I want them to spend the rest of their lives waiting for the next when they have to record to upload my streams. That's what I want. I want that is control. That's a power move. Nah, I'm just kidding. It doesn't run that deep for me. I only brought it up today because someone brought it up to me. Yo, I found this YouTube channel. It's like, the main facilitator is not a member of any skilling clans. But they're one of those passer-throughs that are allowed in this place, they're in this place. I have a bug in every single Discord, every high-level community Discord, just because I think it's funny how often I'm brought up over actual members of their clans. If you go into the Discords and type Dave, DMP, blah, 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 like, I just think it's funny. And if I ever got banned out with those accounts, I have people, informants, that tell me everything that is ever said, even stuff I don't want to hear. Don't fucking trust anyone, man. Don't talk to people on mics. Very specific and few people you can trust, because I can guarantee a lot of what you're saying is recorded too. They're sickos. They're not right. Now, this would be a big case of schizophrenia if it weren't true, but unfortunately it's actually true. People have the time to obsess over someone to the point that they do with me. Well, if me playing RuneScape is enough to keeping me relevant to the 50 people watching those videos when they put them on there, that's a lot of people. That's not just like 2 people stumble across. There's multiple channels with multiple viewerships of people that I like. Dude, it's like a really, if it wasn't true, you would have to think I was crazy. If it wasn't true, I would commit myself. I would have to commit myself, because it would be like a story that you could only tell in a psychiatric hospital. Everything I say is recorded and uploaded. Dude, there's channels. This is the one that a buddy of mine found recently. This is one of the more active ones. It apparently uploaded yesterday's stream to 35 viewers. Well, these are the type of things that my life, what I deal with. My full name displayed, my videos, face, voice, everything uploaded without my permission. This is what it is. And then they at Satergrass, like, so that's a, you have to think of all the people that have their noses between Sater's ass. Now narrow things down for yourself. You know, I have video recording of Sater on video on my YouTube channel. We did a podcast together. The only time anyone ever interviewed him, 2020. He admits to he used to steal T-bows. That's okay though, cause he's popular now. That video is on my YouTube channel. It's called the Satercast. Me and him aren't cool anymore because he runs his stupid mouth. I never said anything bad about him ever, and then he goes and runs his mouth on stream and then deletes the clip. Fuck you. Wish them all the best though. I wish my enemies even better luck than my friends. Riddle that. If a person has time to envy, obsess, think about, to talk about someone else more than in a healthy amount than an unhealthy amount, like if you're in a conversation and the whole conversation is just always about the same person, it's a lot deeper rooted problems that need to be worked out for a person. That's just my opinion. Agree or disagree. That's always my favorite thing to say, because it's true. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about things. You can throw back a rebuttal, and I'm perfectly ready to take criticism, call outs, whatever. And I will provide you with any proof or fact that I can. I won't take any offense. I don't take any offense to somebody coming back at me with a counter statement. Life is a spice. Life is a different mix of every different type of personality. I have it all in my life at the same time. I have people I have to tread lightly. I have people I have to fucking sit there and listen to them. Everybody has that person in their life. The guy who talks at work too fucking much. You don't like you just can't stand hearing it all day. The family member you care about more than the other one. Everybody has their people, you know. Now, the people that claim to be the loneliest and the most, you know, detached are the ones that actually have family that love them more than anything, but just are so ignorant that they just, oh, I'm alone, nobody cares about me. Come on, bro. Like, you're living at your parents' house, man. I don't want to hear it. I was out of my mom's when I was 17 because I graduated and my stepdad and me didn't get along. So like, when I hear people bitching about their lives from their parents' houses, it really hits like a sore spot for me, because I've had to claw, grab, and tooth my way through everything over the past 10 years on my own. You could listen to me all day long. I'd rather talk to you than you just fucking having to hear my fucking voice. I couldn't imagine. But I appreciate it. I've only just begun. I'm playing on the longest game mode, which means I have longevity that stems for generations. A generation, or I'm sorry, over a decade has gone by, and the top 30 in players is 4,000 hours in. I'm at 2,000. How do you think that makes a person like me feel? Someone who's been top paged in 2 different game modes and now coming to the supposed hardest one, you know. Gives me an erection. Link on voice soon. So if I'm reading it right, you got off social media and you're pouring your time into the clan and what actually matters and stuff now, man. Is that the gist? That's how I see it. It's good, man. Put the energy where it belongs, not into amusing people that have nothing to do with anything that's going to be around in the future. They're going to be around. They're going to be playing, but they're not going to have anything to do with anything. So what's worth more, having some Twitter followers, or let's both have fuck yes. That's the goal. One day, I will be mighty. There goes the shit pump tractor. Try to show you the shit pump tractor. It's too bright. Can't see shit. They're pumping out people's tanks because got to be out of here by next weekend. They laugh at you for doing bow and crossbow slayer. I'm renting a 1-bedroom apartment with a shared bathroom and kitchen. But it's just a room. That's all I need. Internet and a room. I need to be isolated or else I'll get off task and end up dating girls and going out like I did over the winter last winter. I didn't even play my hardcore at the time. So I just need to be isolated away from everybody. Getting a new laptop in November. Something with some good specs I can stream on. Fuck! Damn it! I won't even have a studio. I'm paying $600 for a closet-sized room, basically. The other day was 2 months without a single cigarette. That's the longest I've gone since before I was 10 years old. I'm not saying that a vape is a cure-all, but I'm saying it will get you off cigarettes, and then you can go from there. It's 20 bucks a week versus 150. That's nice. It's 3 chemicals instead of 7,000, which is... It doesn't matter, like, even if you switch to vaping over cigarettes, you're still gonna feel so much better. The goal is to eventually not have either one, but I love when stuff is in my mouth. I love smoke hitting my throat. I love to put it into my mouth and ghost hit it into my mouth, and just that action of that. Now you might say, well dude, you're vaping, blah 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 blah. Yes, I like cock. But you might say, well, you're vaping. Is that better than 4 cigarettes an hour? A couple of... Hitting this... I couldn't even hit this that many times in an hour. I couldn't even do that. Like... But when you're on the cigarettes... When you're on the cigarettes hard... Sky's the limit. Because you're socializing, you're talking to people, it's going on, it's... Light the next one up, light the just a filthy fucking nasty habit that I'm very hopeful to not... I could say that in my 30s I have not had alcohol or cigarettes in my 30s. I've had acid, shrooms, marijuana, Valium, ecstasy, Xanax, Klonopin. But I mean, I've had other things. Don't do things that Uncle does, man. Uncle does things because he's Uncle, and Uncle does those things. I don't want you to end up like me. Sorry, sometimes I like to do that, especially at the beginning of streams, so that the people that upload my videos record them when people go to listen to them. They just get fucking screamed at through the headset. I usually do it at the beginning of the streams, but I just wanted to throw it in there for anybody that watches it a couple hours tonight later when it's uploaded. Well, the fun is dead for them because I put VODs on. Fuck it. I used to have this philosophy of we're live, it's happening live, that's when it's happening. Other people are benefiting off my shit. Other people are posting my streams and getting views on them. Why at that point it's like you have to. There's no reason not to. It's already out, they're already out there. Why don't I take advantage of it? Schizo's laughing. She wants to do the same thing to his mic. Ah! Let it out, man. Everybody let it out. Just fucking screech into your mics as loud as you can, man. Just let it all out. I'm giving up. I'm sick of feeling. Tell me what the fuck is wrong with me. I can't listen to Linkin Park. It's depressing. I listened to Linkin Park so much throughout my growing up that I don't need to listen to it anymore. It's all there. Yo, Brad, what's good, bro? I don't particularly, most of the time, enjoy listening to actual songs. If I do, I end up trailing off and ending the stream shortly thereafter because music is emotional. If you listen to a Linkin Park song, you're going to think of that time at your brother's when you were working out in the basement together and he actually spent time with you. And but if I throw on some trance or some electronics, something going on, I don't get those thoughts of anything in my head because I can't collocate or relate any time in my life where I listened to Midway or done any I can't. It's all just energy happening right then and there. Like I said, music is emotion. Well, trance is energy. It's not emotion as so much as it is energy. It's for me anyway. Everybody interprets things differently, but for me, music is very emotional. What did I do for fishing? I sat there AFK while I played on my hardcore a few years ago. It was just something I did at that time for like 600 hours type of thing. It's kind of nice now that this is my only account, my full-time account now. It's not a bad thing to have. I think I'm like rank 75 in fishing or some shit, which is kind of funny. What rank am I? What rank am I in fishing? I haven't fished in 2 years. Yo, do you mind if I change my name on Twitter to Uncle? Oh, I think I'm gonna change it to Unk the Fish. Unk the Fish. I did barb fish and drop with no barrel because there was no barrel at the time. I'm just curious of what, if you're actually looking at my stats, what rank am I in fishing? Because I don't know. Last time I thought, I think I'm like 75 or something like that. I don't know. I haven't touched fishing in 2 years. Huh? Really? I gotta look this shit up. I wanna see what's going on in my account. Do I have my VPN on? Yeah. I don't go on any fucking websites. I trust Temple though. Rank 54 in fishing. 109 in agility. 117 in runecrafting. Kind of irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. My total rank is like 1200 on that page right now. It's fucking disgusting. I can't wait to squash it. $1.5 billion XP over these people's heads and pass them in the next 2 years, man. I've done this before. I'm stronger, more focused, and more motivated than I've ever been. You could go and look at my temple and you see a 20 EHP week and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I spent 50 hours in zone, I spent 40 hours at Redwoods, I spent 40 hours at the computer. Just as medicated as ever. In the opposite direction, yes. Before it was up, now it's all down. Everything is for sedation qualities. Sedative. Calmness under every situation is one of the most attractive things to a woman. Not freaking out over everything and you just Mr. Jumping everything and yell at everything. Oh man. Calmness will get you pussy. You go nuts though on that shit. You gotta go nuts. That's when you let it out. Let it out on her, not on people. Show her shit they never seen in the bedroom a couple nights, and then drop them off. Nice to know you. Have a nice life. Dude, I can't say shit. I'm no pimp because I had 2 girlfriends over the winter, like 2 committed relationships, 3 months at a time. So I fell into the spell last winter. You know, I didn't stream once in November, December, until the end of January last year. Like that's not good. I'm not letting that happen this winter. I'm staying away from everyone. I'm getting a little place alone by myself, and no roommates, nobody around to bother me, nothing. So that's how you commit to playing. When the winter is over, I'll emerge. When I'm back in the sun here, soaking it up in my trailer here, I'll be a max UIM. Next summer will be about 200 mil fire making and thieving. I can't say I'll get top 10, that could be out of my reach, but I could get top 25. I will not make any claims on top 15, top 10, none of that, but I could be number 22 maybe, or something. I could ride the page. You gotta think of the longevity of something like this. You get on the top at 4K hours and a 24,000 hour game mode. Do you know how many years I can ride that top page? Do you know how many fucking years I'll be drawing shit in, drawing. I've just started, man. People that think they know Dave or fucking know me or know anything they've heard, I've just gotten started. The only people that can relate, and it's only gonna be for a little while, are the people that are mains when the new skill comes out and the race for new ranks, which most already finished mains aren't even going to bother apparently. So that being said, it's gonna be a whole new upcrop. There's some names that I'd throw in there though: Fast LT, Farva, Feisty. Oh, speaking of Farva, I didn't invite him. Maintain 29. Maintain 3. I started maintain. The fastest person in the world to get 200 mil all is a part of the maintain. Coincidence? Is it a coincidence I only associate privately with the best players in the game? No. It's the way it needs to be. It's the way it's always been since Vestfolds. Since Skype calls with Vestfold and Jebram and any other name you could pick out of the hat. You gotta associate yourself with what you want to be. If you want to be the best, if you want to be around it, you have to be around it. You have to be associated with it. Those are the people that you have to have in your private circle. The people you need to be around. No one else. No outside opinions. People that come in. Hey, I just got back from the. Oh, you going for ranks? Stay away from people, man. Stay the fuck away from people that have differing opinions on that. If they're not fellow rank chasers, it's a waste of breath. They're a waste of breath to talk to. If they're not on the grind, I don't want to talk to you privately. I don't want to. I'll be nice to anybody. I'll be friendly to anyone. I have people that are mods on my stream who don't even play video games. They just come here to hang out and listen to me yap on. Well, they need to understand too that, and if they don't, then that's fine. They don't have to. I have a more special bond with some of the higher ranked players because we came up together. Like, I was the top page main in 2017. From 2017 to 2020, I was on the RuneScape high score page. So I got to know and became close with, you know, the best. Then I spent 4 years as a hardcore. But I'll be honest with you, I lost touch with pretty much all of my hardcore friends. When you die on that game mode, you don't exist anymore. When you quit on a main, you don't exist anymore. When you burn out on a UIM, when you're not something anymore, it's over. You're a slash mark on the page. That's what I have looming over me for motivation to climb again. Is that my name is a slash mark on a high scores page right now. Still hasn't moved. Nobody's passed me in 6 months, if that speaks any volume, but it's just sitting there and it sucks, but that's life. You die sometimes. That's a good quote. That's life, you die sometimes. No shit. I've heard multiple accounts from different drug addicts, older people, heart attack survivors, so on, who've told me multiple stories of what it feels like when they overdose and they're dead or their heart stops or whatever. Some people that I know, you know, some of the nicer people I know, they talk about it just seeing light and being sucked up towards it. Some talk about this place that just doesn't feel like you're wanted and just doesn't feel like you're supposed to be there, and then they come back, they bring them back. So it's like, is that heaven and hell? And, you know, is it? I've never technically died before. My heart rate was down to 25, and they nearly thought they were gonna have to resuscitate me after I had alcohol poisoning when I was 17. But other than that, I never actually died, so I don't know what the feeling is like. But I've had people tell me about it. But what the fuck do they know? They're not dead. They're not. They saw what they saw, but they didn't see it. You know, I wish we'd find better ways to communicate with the dead, other than just going into a building on TikTok and guys, look, guys, out of there, boom. Like, I've tried everything I could, man. Ouija boards in fucking cemeteries, urinating on fire hydrants. Urinating on fire hydrants. You can talk to them. I had this idiot who was probably moving it himself. Was running the board for me, and apparently I was talking to someone that was 77,000 years old, and there's sort of a waiting list on when they're able to communicate. When it was just all this random shit. Certain things, certain tie-ups, certain... I have not personally experienced anything supernatural. If I do, I'm not just saying this, but I will find a nice church, I will quit drugs, I will clean up my life, I'll go to church, I'll work, run my shop, play my video games, and live a good, clean life, and pray to God that I could be, you know, I haven't done anything too wrong, so, you know, but I don't have any reason to believe that there's anything beyond what we have. I've never been helped by any fucking extraterrestrial Santa Claus, Harry Potter, Jesus, the Easter Bunny. I've never been... That's never gotten me up at 4 AM to go stir a pot full of scrapple for, you know, 30 bucks an hour to make money so you can pay your rent. Well, I've never felt any divine intervention help me stir buckwheat into that shit for 2 hours in the heat. I've never had God bless me on something that I asked him for, and like, it's you, bro. There is no fucking intervention. It's you. Every choice, your mind is making the choices that are gonna follow. If you're not in control of that, and you're not on drugs, which I don't know about you, but it don't matter what I'm on, I'm in control. But some people that actually need help, they don't get help. They end up fucking killing people and shit, dude. Crazy fuckers out there. I need to find something to clean this fucking bullhead, dude. I'm smoking out of a crystalline bong that's you could drink out of. It's cleaner than Virgin Mary. And then the bullhead's nasty. I had this stick that my friend gave me, this little metal poker stick, for the longest time. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. You know, that really pisses me out. That really grinds my gears. You know, I'm very sad that this is all over in a week. We gotta move again. This whole summer was a bunch of unplanned circumstances. Car accidents, vehicle problems, a $1,700 dental surgery on my wisdom tooth, bills in general, helping out my grandmother and my dad with money. The list can go on, but things didn't go the way I wanted them to go financially this summer, but that's okay. We have enough bread in the basket for the winter. If we got, you always want to have enough money to live for at least 6 to 8 months or more, just as a reserve stash of money, if you want to call it that. We have that. We have a good, reliable vehicle, stable job. We're gonna be working peeling pig stomachs throughout November and December. $50 an hour. So I'm gonna make some fucking bread doing that and decide if I may or may not want to take off next summer. Just quit work and just be alone. Just sit in my trailer here and stream full time. Live out of my savings and whatever help people give me on here. I don't know yet. We'll see what the winter brings. Let's smoke some OG Kush though. You know, everybody loves all their strains and everything, and I do too, but it all comes back to OG Kush or Durban Poison or Sour Diesels. It all comes back to the basics. Some fucking some weed porn. OG Kush. Fuck you, you fucking shitty camera. This here is where it all started. OG Kush. We got about 10 grams on deck. That'll last us a day or two. We smoked 2 ounces between me. Okay, so this weekend. 12 hits of acid and 2 ounces of weed. Between Friday night and Saturday night. I'd say that's a good fucking night. I'd say that's a good weekend. Do I know where I'm gonna live? Yeah. I move in there on the 1st of November. Actually I might come in at the end of the month. Depends on what I want to do. I already put my security deposit in first month's, last month's, everything. I had to run their background checks and shit and all that crap. It's like a, I don't know how to describe, like, you know, like a repair store, but except for like appliances, and then above it they have rooms for cheap. Downside being you have a room less spacious than I have in my camper, and then you share a bathroom with 2 other people and a kitchen. So like, but all my bills including food will be under $1,000 a month. You show me somewhere I can beat that, I'll go there. That's including internet, utilities, rent, food, everything. So my rule in life, like, dude, I almost bought a Camaro for fun a couple months ago. Alright? I could have a fucking beautiful home with a $3,000 mortgage with a... Why? Don't take your chips down when you're 30 years old. That's my opinion. Like, people say that's old or whatever. You just got started He just tells these stories, the same fucking stories again and again. Like, come up with some new material at least. Oh, back when I worked at this, but it's like, I'm so tired of old people. Old people rob youth of their enjoyment by pressing their beliefs that they think are steadfast based off of what they've learned in their lives. Fuck that. That's what the fucking old have done to the young forever. You're less knowledgeable than I am. I've been through it. Fuck you. That's you don't let. Oh well, I have my. Yeah, well, what am I supposed to do? Go my whole life dealing with that, and then I'm gonna be that mean old person who doesn't want to learn new things, who doesn't want to adapt, who doesn't want to be like, you know, this could be better. Why don't I learn that? Because I didn't have it back in my day? What the fuck, dude? Like, I don't care how old I live to be, I will never stop adapting. Does he have an ego about it? He'll poke comments like, I don't go out there with those people, I stay back here. I gotta be a cashier sometimes. I gotta be selling people lunch meat sometimes. I gotta be cutting a cow sometimes. To run a shop, there's nothing beneath you. Okay? There's nothing beneath you. Now, he's one of those 75 to 80-year-old guys, he's 74, who thinks they're the best dude, I've been working with butchers since I was 18 professionally, and they're all the same. They all know. It's just like, I'm so glad that I'm better than them though, because that's where when it comes down to it, who's gonna get the job done faster and more efficiently? It's always gonna be me. He's leaving in January, he's getting a foot operation, and he's gonna be out of work for 18 months and potentially forever. What am I gonna do? Let him get under my skin and annoy me? No, you navigate these people. You sit there and listen to the same fucking stories over and over again. Looking at your boss and looking at the other guy and just like, that's him. He doesn't mean any harm. He's got dementia. He's an old man. Now, when they do mean harm is when he fucking questions me. Like, okay, for example, the shop has been closed to the public for 2 weeks for vacation. I've had the last 2 weeks paid off time, plus I went in and worked for cash over the week, 2 weeks off, and I had a wisdom tooth surgery and some other crazy shit. Well, when we reopen, it's going to be a fucking madhouse. So, not today, but yesterday morning, we had to cut 600 pounds of beef and 300 pounds of pork. Now, I was called on the way there and told this, that he upped the number from what he had written down to let my coworker know, Stevie boy, the old guy, that we're going to be doing 600 pounds instead of 350, that we're going to be doing 300 instead of 125. I didn't hear that. I don't know what I was told that it's written right there. Steve, I don't want to call and wake him up, but I will if you need me to. What I was fucking instructed, and I had to, because he's old, he's delusional, he doesn't understand that the guard has changed. He's not relevant anymore. I'm in charge. I make $10 more an hour than he does, and he's got 50 years of experience. I have 10 on the books. 10. But it's because I'm better than he is. I am a better butcher with 10 years of actual experience than he is in 50. That's why I'm put ahead of him. And I've only been there off and on for 2 years with this place. When I started out, I made $10 less an hour than I do now. I got two $5 raises in 2 years, off and on working there. When I don't do cutting, when I'm not cutting meat, I do plumbing or HVAC. Fuck AC, hot out in the heat. I don't do heat. do plumbing, and I will clean and service gas burners. Beckett Motors, mainly New Yorkers. Beckett Motors, everything's mainly the same nowadays. I have the old Hago nozzles though, old stuff that I got from a guy who's been doing it for a long time. Everything I've learned was taught to me by people that were kind enough to take the time to talk to me and show me what to do, how to do it. Well, nowadays you don't need a sweat pipe anymore and stuff like that. You need to just put on a streeter that has two rubber rings in it and press it, and there's your pipe. You know, the artistry's gone. The artistry's dead. You could spend 8 hours doing something that takes you 2 hours now. The philosophy now is quicker jobs, more of them, more money. I can make $3,000 a day doing HVAC. Now, I would rather do that at 2 jobs. I'd rather it be 2 6-hour jobs. Okay? Then rushing through to get as many done as possible, so you make more money. Yeah, but I have to enjoy what I'm doing. I have to take pride in what I'm doing. I have to take the time it takes to do things correctly. And everything just feels like a rush job. When you work for contractors nowadays, when you do this, it's just all you know, last summer, I wasn't cutting meat last year. I didn't start working with meat again until November. It'll be a year this November, but last spring, not this spring, we had spring of 23, I was doing HVAC for a company, making $150 an hour. I was offered a supervisory role. It would be $250 an hour, capped at 40 hours a week. Now, that meant going to different job sites, overseeing problems, overseeing blah, 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 blah. I didn't want all that responsibility for another $100 an hour with a cap. So I turned it down. Well, the contractor I worked for, the owner of the company, told one of the foremans that I said to him, I have mental shit going on. I only want to work 30, 35 hours a week. When you make that kind of money, you don't need to. Well, he told one of them that I was retarded, and that's why I couldn't work the job with more hours. So I quit. I started doing meat again. I had another guy say to me, "Oh, you're that retard that didn't take the, like." I talked to my boss in confidence about myself. And he brought it up amongst in a meeting amongst people that, oh yeah, Dave's not gonna join us because he can't mentally hit. Sounds like a lawsuit. That's Goliath. It's Goliath with a peanut in the sling. Versus their money. They could have. I was never on their books. I was cash. They could look at like I'd never even worked for them. These contractors, these seedy motherfuckers, these assholes, could make something disappear if they want to. Let's just put it that way. No, I was just offended that I had an actual talk with my boss about my mental problems, which I have diagnosed, and it limits me in certain ways. And at the time, I could only handle 30 hours or so a week. I made $150 an hour, so I only did calls for 30 hours. Well, I confided in my boss as to why I didn't want to accept his promotion to being a supervisor. It's because I can't mentally handle all that. Driving here, driving there, driving. You're getting paid for 40 hours and you're working 60. I didn't want to do it. Well, I confided in him and explained to him about me and my doctors and and he went and talked about it during the group meeting. I showed up to a job, putting in toilets, simple. One of the electricians was leaving, and as he's walking out, he's like, "Oh yeah, that retard! It wouldn't take to heard about you." I'm like, I called him up. I said, "Hey man, you can have one of the other guys. You can have one of the other guys put these toilets in. The retard doesn't remember how to do it." And I hung up on him. Calling me. Never said anything about sorry. Just let's talk, and please let's talk. You could make more money. I'll understand if you only want to work out. I'll pay you more money if that's what it is. I'll pay. It's nothing to do with the fucking money, you jackass. I talked to you about something, and you went and talked to other people. I won't work for you. Fuck you. My boss now, it's like a dad to me. The owner is like a fucking dad to me. I can talk to him about anything. It doesn't go around. That's what I earned over the past year. I don't mind giving them 50 hours of my week. I don't mind that I'm gonna have to clean pig stomachs for 2 months. Because no one knows how to do them right anymore. I was taught by an old Amish person. You know, I happily will trade 150 an hour for 50 an hour, doing something at my pace that I want to do, that's closer to where I live. That's my apartment's gonna be like only about 30-45 minutes to work, away from work. I don't want to live close enough to work where I can't make excuses for when I'm a couple minutes late. You know, my life right now is completely in my hands in terms of the roads I'm taking, because I'm either going to run this shop completely at some point, or it's going to get sold and shut down, and I'm going to leave and pursue other other passions. I might do my own plumbing, but anyway, in the seat I'm in right now, like me and my boss the other day, he paid me cash to help him put together this workbench that he has, and as we're working in his garage, cars are just going up and down the road, because the shop's closed right now. He's like, yeah, you know, in 2 weeks and $60,000. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I'm potential heir to a throne of 30 grand a week after paying everybody. Good thing I got a good lawyer, good accountant, a small circle. If you type my name in online, you won't see any. You can't find anything on David Steinmetz. I have never had social media in my adult life. The reason my boss sees me fit to pay so much and to get so many opportunities given to is because I drive a 1996 car. I have cheap rents. I don't care about money, and he likes that. He respects that. Everyone else that's worked with him or for him that wanted to take the reins, money. Money doesn't change me. $1 million a year wouldn't change me. It would make certain things easier. It would make certain places I lived, but I would get a nice, consistent place, I think. like somewhere I could live full time. I'd get a little place, buy it, own it. Nothing crazy. I mean, I could have a nice new car right now if I wanted to, but like, you don't want to flash around. Not in your 30s. When you're in your 40s, mid 40s, 50s, when you're a millionaire, once you can say that you have $1 million in your checking account, you can get a nice watch, get a nice ring, nice pinky ring, even 2 if you can afford it, but get a nice car. Don't try to hatch the eggs too quickly. They may not be ready yet. You might not be as far as you think you are financially, unless you're locked into like a factory job or something where it's a set pay rate. But you don't have to limit yourself. You might find some new way to make money, or you might find some sort of remote work. You might get a job that you didn't think you'd get. You never know what's going to happen with your finances, as long as the numbers go up. That's what I learned. You know, through trial and error, loss, gain, gambling, online, fucking crypto, NFTs. I don't worry about any of that stuff now. I put all my work into butchering. It's the only thing that's actually panning out. Even a nice PC is debatable because I'm on a 6-year-old cyber power PC. But what else do I need? Look at my headset. I'm gonna make 15 grand in 2 months. This is my headset. I don't see items as any sort of win, because are any of the items going to help me get top page UIM in RuneScape? People say, well, yeah, if you had enough money, you could just quit work and just play all the time. You must live with your parents, or you must live in another country, or you must be very sheltered, or whatever. You can't just... People don't understand. If you've been around here for a while, then you've seen me when I streamed full time. You've seen the struggle. Me literally being thankful. Like, I'm always thankful for anything people give me, but like $50 was like a luxury. It was like, dude, thank you so, like, bro, I can eat tonight. Like, that wasn't living. Now, yeah, if I had a bunch of money to live off of savings, but I don't like the idea of being dormant. I like getting up, I like being outside, I like doing stuff on my phone. I wouldn't be 32 mil ranged, I wouldn't be 15 mil woodcut, you know. I have things compartmentalized. And it's a routine that works for me. There has to be more than just me sitting at the computer constantly. That's just... I have to work. I want to work. I like my job. It's not a cope. It's not. I could call him and break his heart right now and tell him I quit. Sit here and live off of my savings for whatever. But like, I enjoy what I do. Why would I stop? Like, I like the way my life is set up right now. I enjoy the consistency of it. I enjoy the income. I enjoy, when I go live, I don't have to think about money. The last thing on my mind. The only reason I recommend people subscribe is so you don't have to watch ads, but a lot of people have that shit, ad blocks and shit anyway. Yo, what's up, Lodge? How you doing, bro? If it makes anybody happy, my stream, through your contributions and past contributions, pays my internet, my phone, my electric. It pays all my online bills, all my utilities. So, thank you. I hit up a guy who was gifting me for several years. I was like, hey, you think we could just do cash? Like, I know we haven't talked in a long time. I don't know if you'll read this or not, but like, I appreciate you gifting subs, but I don't get that money but once a month. So, I said to him, you know, is there any chance I could get it in cash? You could just PayPal me cash once a month at a certain, because I don't want to, like, I told him the specific dates because that's when I need that money. Well, now he's PayPaling me. This was someone that, in their life, there's a lot of people that I've, you know, motivated over the years, whatever. Well, at one time in his life, when he was down and out, my stream and the music I played at the time and the vibe and the atmosphere and whatever, he said it saved him from suicidal objectives. And that he deeply appreciated me and what I did for him, and that he would pledge some support to me every month for the rest of my life. It's $250 a month for 3 years. 3 years now. Just that. And that's not even a lot, considering there are people out there that milk people. There are people live on here right now that are making thousands of dollars a month at your expense for their shitty content that's recycled bullshit amongst their circle jerk group of friends. Grown men calling themselves Rizzlers and using teenage phrases. Grown men using teenage phrases. Like, just a lot of weird fucking behavior that goes on. But this is the stuff that people support. So, live and let live. They don't make what I make. I know that. Those fucking guys don't make shit. If they're satisfied with making $5 grand a month, I feel sorry for them. Like, honestly. Streaming a game like RuneScape for me has like a deeper meaning behind it, of like camaraderie and nostalgia and reflecting on different ideas and stuff we've done, and you know, just progression. For them, it's pantering. Everybody that comes in is their best friend right away. They just suck you in. You know how many people I've had come in here just like, I call them lost souls. People that are just, they don't have any friends, they don't have anywhere to go, they don't really even play the game, but they come and they just talk about random nonsense. I don't pander to those people. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, man. Like, and for anybody that's known me over the years, if I've ever done that stuff, then I'm a hypocrite, I guess. But I've never pandered people. I don't need anyone. I'm not here because I need you. I'm here because I have nowhere else to let it out, and whoever it affects in whatever way it affects them, that's the result. It's not about you or me. It's about me. It's about what I feel like doing. If it benefits you, great. If it annoys you, great. If it makes you mad, great. Whatever it does, great. But I chose to hit the button. It's not your responsibility. It's my responsibility to make sure it's an environment that everyone feels welcome in. First of all. Now you might be like, Dave, you just said about people that come in. I'm not gonna be like a dick to them, but I'm not gonna sit there and talk about fucking ice cream either. You know what I mean? When I first meet you, I'm not gonna, unless you're a hot girl, then it's a whole different story. But that's just men. when you meet girls on stream, it's like gatekeeping. You don't ever message, you don't ever talk to another guy's e-girl. My e-girls, if I find them in here, they're mine. They're not yours. Just get that straight. Find them somewhere else. Go fucking live on your own stream and find your girls. I've had a lot more meetups through Tinder, but a few through RuneScape. Thanks, Twitch. That's what we won't see it again for a while. None of you guys will see it again for a few years. But it's called the top page effect, and it's called the 50+ effect. I call it the 50+ effect. That's when for several months you average 50, 60 viewers or more. Okay, well, everybody loves attention. But there are certain females that love it a little more than most other people. Well, when they see the 50 effect, that's an audience. That's a group of people. That's something they could be a part of. And it's really nice having somebody suck your dick and motivate you that you want to, while you're playing. I've had every fantasy that you could ever have satisfied. But it's really nice how like they just believe in you, but then I'm never gonna get big on. I'm never gonna get sponsors. I'm never gonna get like. It's really sweet to hear them be like, oh, if you did this, if you did that, da 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 da. Fuck that. I'm not changing anything about myself. You get what you get. I don't care. And then it becomes about, oh, well, then there's not going to be a lot of money. So now the 50 effect doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't matter how many people are there anymore because the guy's not sucking it. He's not trying to build it and brand it and need to get sponge. You know how upsetting it is for me as a medical marijuana patient that I have to have warning labels on my stream when I smoke marijuana? I have to be nearly banned because of it. There would never be any marijuana, and I don't want there to be. I don't want any of this to be about that. It's not what it's about. I have to put fucking warning labels on all my shit. Not to mention, like I said, each fucking stream is uploaded. You're a part of the first VOD stream. I open VODs again because I'm gonna capitalize it on myself. I'm not gonna fucking let people with their fucking YouTube channels take my videos and up my streams and fucking upload them. I'll have more views in a week than that channel has ever. Just by publishing them right on my Twitch. So fuck them. Fuck every one of the channels and every one of those people that record shit. Because I'm just gonna capitalize on it myself. I've seen, no offense, randoms that I see streaming that post their VODs and they get 100 views, 200 just by people coming through their channel. You might be live when somebody that really enjoys hanging out is asleep. Like, I stream different times of the day and night. You have to understand that. My audience is sprawled out. My people, my group, the people I care about, it's all sprawled out. So everyone I'm talking to right now, when I'm live 10 hours from now, a lot of you might be asleep. So now I can cover. You can watch that tomorrow while I'm at work or something. Whatever. At this time, if I'm not live at this time, for example. Sure, it'll be titillating to most, motivating to some, and complete psychotic delusion to others, but really doesn't matter. It is what it is. I would say that when I speak, I would say that it could sound delusional, but I really mainly speak fact, and my IQ is higher than the average person, so I don't believe it to be delusion when I talk about things. I believe it to be what I'm talking about. Despite mental disorder aside, I'm actually a little smarter than some people give me credit for. But I don't care how people view me. Think I'm stupid or a drug addict or a loser, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to my RuneScape account. Like it doesn't help me kill this whip faster right now. An Emberlight would, but fuck questing. I'm not questing pre-max. I already did all I feel like doing. Song of the Elves and DS2. Leave me alone. My buddy finally took the Civic I sold him that I totaled in an accident in June. He finally took it to a fucking garage. I have people here asking me, when is he moving that car? You gotta get that car out of here before the... I don't fucking know. It's not my name. It's not my fucking car. Yo, I'll see you, Casey's. It's nice hanging out. Time for a tune-up. Yup. Keep on gaining, you know I will. I don't know, I might get bored and find a new fucking all-consuming hobby that I do for 15 hours a day and decide to do. I'm awake for between 15 and 18 hours a day. The moment my eyes open, I'm in zone or redwoods, depending on if I'm off work or not, depending on what's going on. I am logged in all the time. I'm always on. That is a way that I keep the game fresh in my mind, keep it active. It's bearing fruit. We're nearing 50 mil range at this point. We could just basically say we're getting close to 1/4 through bone bolts and a crossbow. Wood cutting, 15.5 mil. Redwoods. I am employing the same playstyle that was passed down to me, that was passed down to Drumgun, that was passed down to Zarfot, that was passed down to Vior, that was passed down, everything. It's all the same. It's all the same means to the same end. Max, fire making, cooking, thieving, slayer, hunter, prayer. It's just written. You heard the redwoods getting chopped. I wondered if, like, during that video, if you took notice on that or not. While I was tripping and smoking a 8 gram, 6 gram fucking joint on the redwoods. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'll be playing. If I'm chilling with people, I'm slinging the axe. If I'm working, I'm in zone. Now, the beautiful, beautiful part about this account, no magic. Slayer is all melee and prayer. You just sit here and you kill the same fucking couple of monsters. I will be able to do Chaos Gauntlet Firebolting for 45k magic XP after range, which means I have completely zero time things to do during work for like fucking 5 years on a climbing account, not a dormant dead account, on a climbing account, by the way. Like, I just hope that people are ready. You could see the Tinder starting to light now. Things are starting to progress a little bit. We're just stoking the fire. My mentality this winter is make money, and when I'm not making money, be at the computer gaming. Even when I'm making money, be on the phone. But still, like, the more chair time, the better. Chair time is the time you actually spend sitting at the fucking chair. I need to elaborate that. Look at this prayer XP, dude. Holy Christ. I love you. Dude, I don't think I have enough pots, but man, that would be sick if I have enough pots to get 90 prayer. Because then I could go into, oh, it would just be really sick. Melees are climbing. By the time we're 99 Slayer, will be 30 mil base. 28. Now, the reason for it being so high is because I 0 timed 99. That's what you're supposed to do. You 0 time your melees to 99 in full obby, and then you do Slayer with maxed combat so that it doesn't take long. When I started Slayer, I was 54 prayer and 58 Slayer. I am currently 89 almost prayer and almost 91 Slayer. That was all in unison through the Ash spell. My melees, I've gained 10 mil in each one. It's crazy. Prayer is 1-to-1 and even over the Slayer XP. Like, just for example, I went through multiple tasks today. Been doing this, doing that, taking breaks. We're getting 20k prayer and we're getting 15k Slayer. 16k, 20k. Now, if I actually paid attention and focused, then yeah, it would be a lot more than that. But the point is that prayer just peppers hours in. Just, you're doing two things that you're getting 0.3 from the prayer. You're getting 0.4 from the Slayer. You're getting the resources, the resource value. You're getting the combats. Like, it's just an easy game. It just takes time. You have to keep this sort of energy that I have right now, that way I'm talking about it, you have to keep that for years. This isn't something you talk about. I'm so sick of people saying, oh, I'm doing 200 mil mining, I'm doing 200 mil Slayer, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and they never do any of it. They're motivated for 2 weeks and then they're gone. I've almost lapped 3 people already. Like, I've almost lapped people in 3 game modes. Like, and those are some of the people that would run their mouths the most. Thank God, it just seems like a lot of the dickhead people that used to just talk shit on Twitter all day long and just do nothing, they're just seeming to disappear. It's like, good, fucking go. I'm glad the skilling community is as small as it is now. It's fucking never been better. All the fucking weirdos are getting weeded out. All the fucking, like, everybody always saw, oh, Dave, he's a mean person. The only thing I care about is the fucking skilling community. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. So if you want to hate me for that, then let everyone else hate me. Now, I'm not saying the high level community. I'm saying any person out there that's on the grind is just as valuable to me as, you know, anybody else. If you're on the grind, you got my respect. Whatever your grind is. But just don't tell me tall tales, you know. You get idiots like, for example, Vizala. I heard he tweeted, I'm going for 200 mil Slayer on my main. This guy could fuck up taking a shit sitting down. I hope he watches the VOD and remembers recently when I called him out for bullying people online while he's living off of fucking government assistance in his country. Bullying a guy with a PhD in fucking chemistry, like, you fucking trollop. Like, I told Twitter about him and he was real pissed. Dude, delete the posts or I'm gonna leak everything. The fuck are you gonna leak? Everybody already fucking knows Dave. What are you gonna leak? And he fucking deleted all the posts. Clown. Don't go at me and Alinsky. Don't go at people that his argument was, oh well, that guy terrorized you. I wasn't being terrorized. People were ragging me. 30 people were coming to pest control and shutting down my rounds by standing around the voids, and they basically closed pest control on me. Well, I was in an argument with people. So yeah, everybody jumped in. We got over it. Him, apparently you never get over it. There's no such thing as talking to someone and apologizing and being friends. And he put me through hell? What the fuck does that mean? It was a ragging in game that took place at that time, at that place, and that is what it is. It was what it was. I got in some arguments. You get what you reap what you sow. Just like him when he talks about people that have PhDs when he's 40 years old living on government assistance and living in housing. Don't talk about people when you're on provided internet. Don't be out there putting people down for the way they live or how you think they live, because you're sitting there on Twitter tweeting at them. You're sitting on RuneScape playing the same game. Does it make sense? What makes you better? You got some money to throw around, that's good. Got jars full of weed, great, good for you. Got some money in the bank, awesome. What rank are you? What game mode? What have you done? What have you achieved? Who have you motivated? Who have you met? Who have you talked to? Are you friends only with the rank 1 player that got 200 mil all fastest but wasn't the first, unfortunately? Who are you associated with? There's an elitism that comes with this life. All that noise out there, all that competition, all that hurry everybody's in, I'm not in it. Because I let it out on here. This is my release. I don't feel in competition with anybody, financially or... My shop makes $30,000 a week that I work for that I'm potentially going to run. That's great. Is that going to help my rank? No. Because I got to work to make the money. Still be the same schedule. It's even more actually. It would still be like... I'm not saying more money, more problems, but I'm saying more money, more responsibility. I'd have to deal with my accountant full time. I'd have to deal with this. I'd have to deal with that. I'd have to... I'm just thankful I'm getting contracted to do something different for a few months, just to get away from the shop for a bit. But I have to be there during the holidays. So I'm going to have 2 things going on at the same time at some point. I'm going to be working like 60-hour weeks. It's going to suck. I'm not looking forward to it. How did I get into it? When we were kids, we used to meet at my uncle's, and everybody would go deer hunting that day. Well, if people got deer, I'd get a call from my dad's, and I'd be an excuse to get out of my mom's, and I'd go and watch them cut deer and drink beers. I was about 9 or 10. I'm like, "What? Can I help?" Give him that dull one down there, Pikey. That's what people call my grandfather. Well, just started. They handed me pieces of meat, and they said, "You see the ugly looking stuff? The veins and you need to take that off, while taking as little of the meat as possible. The good meat." They showed me this, and I just started. Very slowly, very... They gave me a sharper knife. Well, the next winter, when they knew that I knew what I was doing, they had me and my cousin cutting the deer for them, and while they were throwing the beer cans at us. Well, I never thought that speeding it up and being that quick with a knife and like I never thought that it would... It will either continue to be about 80,000 a year, or I'll run it and make $1 million a year. It's a win-win. I'm doing something I love, making decent money. I don't need anything more than that. What do I need when I enjoy what I do? What do I need if that's what I make? That's take after taxes. That's all mine. There's no bills. I have no debts. So I'm in a win-win situation with my life. I'm happy where I'm at. Very happy with where I'm at. Well, that being said, you gotta deboggle every other part of your life. If you can find a job that you enjoy, it's nice because you can put it in your pocket. When you're not there, just put it in your pocket. It doesn't exist. Enjoy your other things that you have going on. Gotta work though, man. You gotta have a trade or some sort. Anyway, I cut deer growing up. When I was 17, I worked at a grocery store. I graduated high school and I picked up 3 jobs: a bakery, a grocery store, and a fucking CVS pharmacy. Worked the cash register. Well, I worked in the grocery department, but I was always peeking around at the meat room. It looked, you know, those were the guys that were making the money. Everybody was hanging around. You know, those were the guys. Well, I wasn't allowed to work in there because I wasn't 18. I wasn't allowed to touch the knives. Well, I got in there. They wouldn't let me touch knives for like 3 months. He made me learn. I'm glad he did all this, but he made me learn before they let me cut. I had to learn what every piece was and what it all made. So an eye round, minute steaks, eye round steaks, an eye round roast, stew cubes, stir fry meat, a bottom round, rump roasts, bottom round roast, Swiss steaks. Like I'm not gonna go into it, but knowing everything about your craft, perfection is possible. Consistency is you can consistently give somebody the same quality steak for $25 a fucking pound consistently. It's very consistent. I like that. It's very good for my autism. What would the first thing I would do if I call my lawyer and my accountant and tell them to meet me at a fucking location that only they know about, and then go from there with the ticket? I would call only them and them only before I even cash in the ticket. That way we can get the tax, you can get the tax information right away. You can find out what's coming your way. But you don't go, I get the golden ticket, running down the fucking street like fucking Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. But you gotta prepare if you win that shit, man. I would just be prepared, if that makes sense. People will try to rob you, murder you, steal from you, extort you. But you need to have, okay, you won $100 million. You need to discuss immediately with legal and CPAs and legal counsel only before the money is even claimed. You claim it silently. You go through the state. We're talking $100 million. Once the state takes 40 million of it, now during this time you need to move your family to safe locations, to a like your whole life just changed. You're $60 million. Jesus fucking Christ! Like that's. Now imagine 600 or something. Like holy fuck! Like, but you would need to like calmly execute every move from that point forward, because now you're a target. You're a high-priced ticket for escorts. You're a high-priced target for tax evasion fraud scandals. You're a high-priced ticket for ransom. Your whole life. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to win the lottery. Why don't I pick up the coins? I'd like to leave them for my dead homies. I wouldn't want to win the lottery, Glads, to be honest with you. Too much noise. To be really honest with you, I would like to earn it. I'd like to say that I earned it. But if I did, that's what I would do. In a nutshell. Nutshell. We chase Miss Pretty Lies. We face the path of time. And yet I fight. And yet I fight this battle alone. No one to cry to. No place to call home. Ooh, ooh. That song gives you chills, man. I want to sing for Alice in Chains. I can sing better than their singer. I could sing, not like Lane, but like I have the same sort of range. You know, you can take it up. It's from Judas Priest, man. It's from growing up on Priest and. Yo, talk to the voices for me, man. I can't. I'm not allowed. They don't talk to bald guys. You know, if I had nice curly hair like I did, people would come in here like just like for how I looked. Like I would put the glasses off and had nice hair. And I'm glad I'm considered ugly. Considered sort of, you know. I wouldn't want people to want to be around me because of my looks. Ugly like you. Convene with the voices in your head, man. That's good. Let into it. Just remember, just don't argue with you. I guess Glads isn't there anymore. Glads the fish swam away. Fee fi fo fum, oh shit, I'm gonna come. I paid what? Yo, I was in this technical trade school while I was in high school. I dropped out of it. We had this girl in our class named Jasmine. Well, there was a changing room for guys and a changing room for girls. Well, we go to change on our first day. This girl, commando, pants off, just this bush. Shirt off, no bra. We're like, oh no! The teacher's like, no! There's a girl changing. Well, me and my friend made a little song and on the fly, and people started singing it. And that was a little something like, creepy Jasmine, she's so scary. Check it out, her pussy's hairy. Well, she was a little offended by that, and then there was this other guy that was in our class. He was a junior in high school, and he had hickeys on his entire body. We're like, the fuck is wrong? What are you with a banshee or something, dude? Like, what the fuck? He's like, that my girlfriend very sexual. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like. You know, the small amount of information that I learned about GFIs and ground circuits and putting in wiring, that small amount of knowledge that I gained in the 6 months that I was there when I dropped out, it taught me how to work with boilers, gas burners, putting in the electrical circuits and systems, Hilot converter systems, and Fujitsu twin units for ACs, just general electricity. and that's what I learned in that short period of time. So that's a nice. I have a nice couple of backup options. We got med school, plumbing, boiler servicing, burner servicing. We got stream and don't do anything, just live out of my money. Sell everything that's not rational. It'll be time for the midday nap at some point, and then when I come back I go live again to bother everybody. Sorry for bothering you, man. I wonder if that guy is serious or not about talking to fucking dead people and voices and shit. It's pretty gnarly. Respect. Respect on a homeboy. What are you guys doing today? Doing barb? Nice. The fish. I thought about an idea. It'd be basically a sub-clan to Solace called the Fish. And it would be people that are, 1,000 EHP, 1,500, people that don't make the cut for Smileys yet in Solace. There would be like a branch dividend to keep the people that are grinding coming up the pipes. Do incendiary type things, drop parties, different little shit like that. The guys that have unlimited money, you know what I mean? Incentivize people. The Fish became a fucking RuneScape sub-clan. What's your fishing XP, Am? I can't believe you were never at Pora Pora. You have Imp in your name. What kind of account? What kind of account are you playing on? An Iron Man. How long you been playing that, bro? You just chilling doing some AFK barb? Some barbarian? Oh, well, welcome back, huh? Fucking welcome back. Welcome back to the fuck, as Fat Cloud would say. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, you better be ticking that shit. Yeah, buddy. Good tasks. Good tasks only today, buddy. Oh, if it's hairy and it's a hole, I can find which way to go. La 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 la. Oh, I opened too many. I opened up too many of these. Or maybe I didn't. We'll find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. The joys of Jesus Christ have blessed us with black demons to abbey demons to necreals, meaning we may pull off 89 prayer during the rest of these prayer pots that we have, or stores, whatever you want to call them. So that's very large for a man with a small penis. It's very large. So it's been 10 days since my surgery. I can eat solid food now, so I'm gonna get a big fucking large stromboli. I've been eating like pancakes and potatoes for the past fucking 10 days after the surgery. Well, getting a monster fucking stromboli. I'm yawning. I want to go lay down. I'll be back later.